press conference. The first thing I'd like to do is to thank the Coldwater Inn. Lisa Tubbs is the general manager, and what a beautiful backdrop we have this morning for the press conference here. I'd like to recognize our elected officials. You know, we always do that. We're always proud to have them come out. It means a lot to us to have our city officials and county officials here. Recognize Mayor Bill Shoemaker, who is, of course, the mayor of Tuscumbia. The mayor of Muscle Shoals, David Bradford, is here. Representing the mayor of the city of Tuscumbia, also we have some of our council members here. I saw Martha Smith, and I saw George Johnson, and Robert Mitchell, that's right. And then representing the city of Sheffield, we have Steve Stanley and Mary Stevens. Glad to have you all here. Howard Keaton and Rex Burleson are here representing our county commission. And Donna Llewellyn, who is our county administrator. We're really proud to have you, Donna. And then we have Tammy Irons, who is our new senator that represents both Colbert and Lauderdale. And so we're glad to have Tammy. This is the first time I've seen her at an official press conference since she became our senator. And of course, we're just delighted to have you serving in that capacity. And the good news is we already know Tammy and know that tourism is she's a big fan of tourism, and that she helps us a lot with a lot of projects. And I want to thank you for being here too. Well, today we have a unique, new, creative approach to market our entire area using the lure of our river and of our lakes. And of course, for several years we've been promoting fishing out of Riverfront Park in Sheffield, hosting a lot of Cabela's crappie and catfish tournaments. But today this is going to be a new project that has to do with fishing tournaments, but it also has to do with a major marketing program. About 15 years ago, I met Tim Horton. He approached me about working fishing shows for the Bureau at that time. Tim had just graduated from UNA. He was so excited, aspiring to be a professional bass angler. Of course, you had to admire his spirit and the work that he did. He went on to work fishing shows for us. We worked with him on promoting a new project he had at that time of Fishing for Kids, to take disabled children fishing, and he still does that project every year. But Tim did go on to realize his dream, and all of us aspire to do things, and Tim certainly has been able to recognize that. I'm going to have Tim tell you about our project, but I want to tell you a little bit about him. He is affiliated with the Professional Anglers Association and is a member of the Bassmaster Elite Series. He was named the BASS Angler of the Year in 2000. He is a 10-time Bassmaster Classic qualifier and a 5-time Bassmaster champion. Tim and his wife Melanie and his daughters Laura and Leah live in the city of Muscle Shoals. We all know who Tim Horton is, so without further ado, I'm going to let Tim come forward and tell you about our wonderful project that we're starting on just immediately.
Thank you, Suzanne. First of all, thanks for so many important people in this great county being here representing us today. This is really cool to look and see so many people that give so much to this community. So first of all, thank you guys for being here. We have been working on this project, Suzanne and Janice and Ninon and all the guys and gals at the Colbert County Tourism since probably about October. And we're really proud of what we put together. It's funny when you start doing these projects and putting them together, everything you start seeing other aspects that you can bring into it. And one thing we wanted to do, and I learned this from my wife Melanie, when I go to a tournament, Melanie always asks, well, what is there to do there? She wants to know the other things there is to do before she decides if she's going to go. And I hear that from so many of the anglers that I compete with on tour, and also that I meet all throughout the country. You know, they enjoy their families coming with them. And that's one thing that we wanted to incorporate in this project. I'm very proud of the resource we have here in Pickwick and Wilson Lake. And I'm a little bit partial to the fact that I think it is our greatest resource because I enjoy fishing so much. But we have so many other great things in Colbert County that we want to use this fishing venue to be able to spread the word on also. And I want to tell you a little bit about the project that we worked putting together. Every time we turned around, we added something to it, but it has really become a really neat deal. Tim Horton Outdoors is going to launch on a national television show in the spring of next season. Something that I'm excited about. All of my sponsors that I work with are very excited about. I started doing television about 3 years ago with Joni Morris and Bass Pro Shops with our show, The Bass Pros. And really got a kick out of teaching and educating and really letting people know more about our sport. 6 of those fishing shows, of those 13 original episodes, are going to air right here on Pickwick and Wilson Lake. So that's national coverage that when you put a dollar figure to is very, very expensive, and something that we're going to be able to do without that expense. So we're pretty excited about that. Webisodes, which are really going to be fishing tips. Basically, they're going to be available at timmyhorton.com. We also have the domain names fishpickwicklake.com and fishwilsonlake.com. A lot of the travels that I do, I woke up in Mesa, Arizona yesterday, and I called Mel and I said, okay, where am I today? It's crazy this time of year in January and February. But the good thing about that, I'm in front of a lot of people that ask me, Tim, where can I travel to go enjoy some fishing? And that's something that I hear all the time. Also, we're going to have literature with me at all times that we're going to spread the word, not just about the fishing here. We're going to talk about the Alabama Hall of Fame. We're going to talk about the Keller Home, all kind of things, Coondog Cemetery, that people can come to Colbert County and enjoy. We're going to do, this is pretty neat, something we come to the conclusion to. Our great friends in Northeast Alabama do a great job, and have for several years because of Lake Gunnersville, of bringing bass clubs to their area. And it has become a fishing location of a lot of people from Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky. You know, one thing about other states in the U.S. is they don't have the resources that we have here in the great state of Alabama. Alabama has more waterways than any other state in the country, and that is saying a lot. And what we're going to do, we're going to bring these bass clubs here and showcase Pickwick Lake. Last year we had a Bassmaster tournament here on Pickwick Lake, and it was the first time in the 30-year history of the sport that every angler caught a 5-fish limit every day of competition. Our lakes are really exploding here. We want to spread that word and tell how good it is, and see our hotels fill up, and see these bass boats going down the road in our community, and that's what we're going to do. And the biggest part of it that you guys are going to see here in just a moment outside is the wrap of the truck. It's something that Janice and Suzanne and Ninon and I have been working on since October. And one of the more difficult things of it is we had so many things that we want to showcase here in Colbert County, and I think you guys will see the collage of it as it came together, and it really turned out phenomenal. Jim Bishop Toyota was a big part of this project, and wanted to recognize them also. But in closing, I want to recognize again Suzanne and her board at the Colbert County Tourism, the Helen Keller Home. Sue, thank you so much for all you did, and your board of directors. And the Alabama Music Hall of Fame, Dixie. Hadn't seen you, it's been too long. I went to school with Dixie's son there. The City of Tuscumbia Parks and Recreation Department Director Joel Kendrick. And our special friend of tourism, Hillard Sparks at the Valley Credit Union. And friends of the Coondog Cemetery, which, guys, is a huge attraction for Colbert County. It really is, and something that is a neat deal throughout the country. And the Colbert County Hospitality Council. So without further ado, we want to take you guys outside and take a look at what we've got. So thank you so much.